Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or whenever you happen to find me. Happy Thursday, everybody. December 12th. Our author today is Mike Witter, and he'll be analyzing Luke 2:7. She wrapped him in clothes and placed him in the manger because there was no guest room available for them. Rome for Jesus is our title. I loved my weekend in New Orleans, happening upon the parade in the French Quarters, visiting the National World War II Museum, and trying to grill oysters. But as I fell asleep in my friend's spare room, I missed my wife and kids. I enjoyed opportunities to preach in other cities, but I most enjoyed being at home. One aspect of Jesus' life that's sometimes overlooked is how many of his most important events happened on the road. The Son of God entered our world in Bethlehem, an incalculable distance from his heavenly home and far from his family's home of Nazareth. Bethlehem was overflowing with extended family in town for the census. So Luke says there wasn't even a spare commode or a guest room available. What was missing at Jesus' birth did show up in his death. As Jesus led his disciples into Jerusalem, he told Peter and John to prepare for their Passover meal. They should follow a pitcher-carrying man to his home and ask the owner for the katata, a guest room where Christ and his disciples could eat the Last Supper. There, in borrowed space, Jesus instituted what is now called communion, which foreshadowed his looming crucifixion. We love home, but if we travel with the Spirit of Jesus, even in a guest room, can be a place of communion with him. Jesus, friend of the traveler from home, please help us all this holiday season to remember you are always with us. Amen. And now a couple questions for us to think about. Most meaningful moments occurring and what made them memorable. When you're on the road, how might you make the most of a temporary stay for Christ? Honestly, the most meaningful moments, some of them were actually traveling. This year, I traveled, I've met people that I never thought I'd meet in person, and they were very memorable. But the most meaningful are day-to-day stuff. It's day-to-day conversations with my spouse. Those are the most meaningful, the most memorable, meeting people I never thought I'd meet and being able to travel. The most memorable or the most meaningful are the day-to-day conversations I have with my spouse. When you're on the road, how might you make the most of your temporary stay for Christ? I always bring the Bible with me. I know Jesus is everywhere, but I usually travel with the Bible. This way I know it's with me and I know to read it. Amen? Have a great Thursday, everybody. And remember to be good to one another. Amen.